Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Wrathborne Champions! It is Wrathborne Champions, but this is actually a prototype. It is live on Kickstarter now. The good folks at Randover Games sent me a copy, but the image you will be seeing everywhere is this one, or perhaps this one, because the conceit or idea behind this game is awesome. The idea here is you are playing cooperative boss battles, and each boss is huge and has 9 different segments. The creativity and design that went into these is really quite stellar. Whether it's a single character or a brigade, I think there's 6 or 7 here. I believe there's 9 total in the game that's going to be in there, perhaps more with stretch goals. But super cool. And there are actually quite a number of really cool concepts in this game, because in addition to having the 9 different characters, you're actually using the grid. So I can do a vertical slash, a horizontal slash as a character. I can use my wand and hit a region. Super cool idea. And then they resolve in a certain order. So different characters on the other team, different segments buff or heal or do different things when you, in the Goblin one, the first guy revives the dead guy in the set because there's a group of them. It is super cool. Super, super cool. The way the game basically plays is there are 6 different characters. Each player selects one. They have this sort of randomizer idea where you can draw a random card to see who you're going to be. It also acts as a minor special ability per character. So even if you select the character you want to be, you'll still want to take that card. But each character has their character deck, which is unique to the character, and you have the fighter, the assassin, the berserker, mage, that kind of thing. I mean, probably not using the exact words I'm using, but whatever. Your standard 6. And then you also have 6 different weapons: sword and shield, wand, staff, bow, and they all work differently, and they have their own decks. So something that's both cool and a little undermines the theme a little bit is you can just get, the assassin with the sword and the shield or with the wand. It's both cool because you're like, aha, I'm an assassin with a wand or a berserker with a wand, but it's also like off class, which is a little weird. Not going to detract from the game, but it was like, that's interesting. But anyway, so you have those 2 decks. You are going to have your character deck, so let's just take the knight or soldier or warrior or whatever it calls, and let's give him the sword and the shield, or her, or whoever. And this is the initial makeup of my deck, and then you're going to have 5 items. And those are the fabled epic items. These all get mixed together, which is why they all have different backgrounds, and I can have 3 of these and, 2 of these. One of the interesting things with items is they either work as character cards or weapon cards, and I'll explain that in a second. But you're going to have these cards, you are going to shuffle them together, and then what's super neat about this game is this represents your deck, but it also represents your life. So you essentially have 3 states. You have your draw pile in your hand, and I didn't shuffle this very well, but your draw pile on your hand, say 5, and then as I'm playing cards, and we'll go through and I'll explain that, and I'm discarding, but if I get hit by the monsters or the boss, I start discarding cards. Now, if I use up all my cards or they're all in the death pile, I die. You can heal and take back cards. Some abilities let you take back specific cards, and some cards have an effect when they go into the pile. That dynamic plays out really well, super cool, nicely done. I thought that was really cool. Otherwise, on your turn, you're going to play 1 or 2 cards, and they have to be in that category of a hero card and a weapon card. And if I have an item, the item represents one or the other. And again, this is all the places where you can attack diagonally or cast a spell, or all the different characters work in really cool ways. Now, the game is cooperative, and so the way the cooperative element works is somebody has a wrath token, they're going to go first, and you're taking turns, and you're both trying to work the boss, and you can heal other people and block, or you can taunt to pull this marker towards you. But in particular, all of the enemies, and they all have different levels for the number of players playing and different stats, but they have an indicator which is target left or target right. And the way the game works is the player with the wrath token is the target, and then whoever's sitting to their left and to the right is going to get attacked. Now, first time through, it's like, oh, it's bouncing around. But as you play, you start looking at who's left, who's going to get hit. You talk it through and make it work. There's, oh, and the other thing is cards have, when you play them, they might have a symbol at the bottom, like this one, which represents a certain type of skill, like a icon. So when you play one of those cards, if they have that symbol, you pull a battle deck card, which is a random thing that happens. So you're going to like play it, you're like, I'm going to slash like this, and then maybe something happens where you take a damage when you do that because there's a backlash, or you grab a card, or the a random event happens with the bad guys that is based on their character. So, whoops. So for the goblins, like if a 1 comes up, where are they? The Goblin Horde, Goblin Lackey takes +1 from attacks this turn. Stunning Blow, 1 second you damage this turn to stunned. That kind of thing. There are all sorts of stats and other things going on. So, look, this game is cool. The cool factor is through the roof. I really dug it. It's fun to play. It plays quickly, and it's evocative, and it's neat. Right? Those are all cool things. I mean, I think they struck hard on this concept of what if you were just fighting this huge boss. I really like that it's not just a huge boss, but it's also this sort of diagonal slice, straight slice. Oh, I can't hit that guy over there. Well, maybe you can. That all works. I think the two things for me that I think could be improved as they go, well, one they can and one maybe I don't know. But one is, I think the cooperative play is light. There have been a lot of games, Battlefield Greyport, for example, that really like tied the players together more aggressively. This is sort of standard fare cooperative, which certainly works. It absolutely works. I just think there's more opportunities for cool cards, cool abilities, cool effects that amp it. I think the cooperative play could be amped. But it absolutely works. It's solid mechanically. But I think it could be amped. I think that would continue to level it up. The other one, which I don't know if there's anything you can do about it, but I feel like just cutting to the boss battle sort of diminishes the theme a little bit. Like, you're just fighting the boss. And there isn't as much of an opportunity to set the stage, tell the story in your head, wrap your head around the fiction. You're just fighting a boss. As advertised, right? That's the point. But at the same time, I felt wanting. Like, I felt wanting like an intro and an outro. You can play them in a sequence, but you're just playing the bosses in a sequence. So, storytelling light, thematically light, though all the components, the cards, everything fits together and is gorgeous. So, it all rolls together well. It's just that... why and where, like, where's it going? But don't let the cooperative comment or that one really detract. It's super cool. Check out the Kickstarter, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.